Hi, and welcome to another Excel video tutorial. This is Steve, and in this video we're going to be talking about shortcut keys for paste special as values. And I have another video on paste special as values, which kind of gives you an overview of how to use it and why to use it. And I'll try to leave the link in the description or in a card on the screen so you can check that one out. But this video is literally dedicated just to the shortcuts for that, because there are a bunch of them and you may or may not like one or another, but you'll certainly by the end of this video find one that works for you. And once you do, this will become one of your favorite techniques. And most of these are going to be for PC, but I will also show you one specifically for Mac. And then I do have one that works no matter what you're doing, where you do a combination of keystrokes and the mouse, which is kind of cool. And I'll save that one for the end because I just learned it and I haven't used it much, but it looks like it might become my new favorite. Okay, so without further ado, let's dive in and we'll start looking at these. And this is just a little example where we just have numbers, a list of numbers. These are all the same number. These are 1 through 5. And then we have the sum of the numbers. And this is where things are going to be important, because if I click into this, you can see I just have a simple sum formula. And so if any of these numbers change, this formula will change these results as well. And if you don't want that to happen, then that's where paste special as values becomes really important. And so I'm going to show you various ways to do this. And of course, the first thing you have to do is select your cells. So we can just do Ctrl Shift down arrow and we'll select those. Of course, you could select them by clicking and dragging with your mouse as well. And the first thing we have to do to paste special as values is copy them. So we go Ctrl C, which of course is Command C on your Mac. And then to paste them as values, the first shortcut you'll see is a rather lengthy one, but it's pretty effective and a lot of people use this all the time. First you hit Alt. And by hitting Alt, you bring up your menu shortcut options. And by pressing any of these letters or numbers, you'll go to that option. And by hitting H here, I go to the Home tab in my ribbon, and then you'll notice that V is for paste. So we hit V, which then brings up our paste dialog box, and V is for values. So we hit V again, and it pasted that in as values. And you can see now when I click into the cell, let's hit escape to get rid of those marching ants. Click into the cell, it is now just the number 3. There is no formula anymore. Okay, so let me Ctrl Z and we'll go through that real quick again, and you'll see how fast it can be. So Alt H V V, bam, pasted as values, and you hit those all one at a time in succession. Okay, we'll Ctrl Z again to bring our formulas back, and let's look at the next one. This one takes a little bit longer, but it has some more options as you go. So what you do is you hit Ctrl Alt V, and that brings up the paste special dialog box. And then to select on values, which is right here, you hit V again. That selects on values. Now you're ready to paste as values. And then you can either click on OK, or you can just hit Enter. And you can see it pasted as values. Let's Ctrl Z and I'll pop through that one again real quick. So I've selected on those and I hit Ctrl C to copy it. Now I hit Ctrl Alt V. That opens up the paste special box. Hit V again to select values and hit Enter, and you paste them as values. One more Ctrl Z to bring back our formulas. And then the Mac version of that, which I can't do because I'm on a PC, is Control plus Command plus V at the same time. Control Command V, and then you hit Command V to select values in the dialog box, and then you hit Enter. Okay, so that's similar, but it works on a Mac. Okay, now here's a really interesting one as we're moving down the list, which is basically where you can drag the entire selection using your mouse, and it's kind of cool. And I'm going to escape out of this so we're not selected. We haven't copied these, right? They're not copied to the clipboard. But what you do is you hover your mouse over the border of the cells, and you see how it turns into a 4-sided arrow? I'm going to right click and then I'm going to drag these. And I'm just going to drag them over a couple of columns and then release. And notice now it brings up this new dialog box, and it's basically what I'm doing is I'm copying these, and it gives me options for how I want to do it. And if I say copy here as values only, then I just click, and bam, it copied those, but it only copied them as values, not as formulas. Okay, so that's super awesome. And just to do that one more time, I select these, I hover my arrow so it's four-sided, I right click and drag wherever I want them to be, and release, and click copy here as values only. Bam, done. Ctrl Z to get rid of that one more time. And by the way, you can also just use this strategy by hovering and left clicking and dragging and dropping, and it will actually cut and paste. In the notes here I wrote copy, but you actually cut and paste a group of cells somewhere else. Now that doesn't do it as values, it leaves the formulas in there, but it's kind of cool just to know that you can just grab a clump of cells like that and move them around. Okay, so that's how you use your mouse to right click and drag, land, paste as values. And then finally, this one's really super fast and easy, and I don't know why I didn't know how to do this. But if you go Ctrl C to copy, and then you go in here and you hover over the cells and right click, it brings you your paste options. And of course the V is for values, but you don't even have to click on it. You just hit the V key and bam, it pastes them as values. Okay, let me do that one more time. So you've got your formulas in here. Let's escape out to you. You select your cells, you hit Ctrl C for copy, and then you just right click on there and hit V to paste as values. So you could also click there, but I just hit V, paste it as values, done. So that's like a hybrid. It's kind of a combination of using the mouse and the keystrokes, whereas the original one, which is probably the most popular, you're just using keyboard shortcuts. But depending on what your preference is, I use the mouse a lot, and so using it in conjunction with a keyboard shortcut like that is pretty quick and convenient for me. So pick the one that you think you'll like the most, and then go practice it in a little sample spreadsheet like this on your own, or even try a few of them and see which one you like the best. And then please let me know in the comments, what's your favorite strategy? And do you have a strategy that I didn't include here that you'd like to share? Or if you're a Mac user, definitely let's hear how you like to do it. But I would love to hear your feedback and comments and your success stories or struggles with this. And if you like this video and got something out of it, please click like. If you want to get more videos, hit subscribe. And then if you really want to dive deep into Excel with me, you can check out my full course on Udemy. The link is in the description. But regardless, I'll see you in another Excel tutorial video.